after day, Toothopolis stands behind its beautiful wall of teeth, ever vulnerable to the cavity creeps.
We climb tooth, make hole.
The cavity creeps. I'll call the Crest team.
The siren! The cavity creeps must be near our beloved wall of teeth.
Yes, at the upper back molar.
Hurry into the Crest-mobile.
Crest, protect us!
This good spot for big hole.
We must fight the cavity creeps with our fluoride.
Take this, cavity creeps.
Crest! No! Drat that crest.
Yay! Toothopolis is saved!
This is a little tube of toothpaste that my dentist was giving out for kids, cavity protection. And it's got the fluoride in it, which isn't supposed to be for children under 2 years. But just a note on that, if you go to your local Walmart, they have infant water with an infant on the front, toothless, that says fluoride added.
It all started in 1901 when a dentist named Frederick McKay moved to Colorado Springs. Being a dentist, McKay spent a lot of time looking at other people's teeth, and to his alarm, many of the local teeth were spattered with brown stains, even teeth that were otherwise in perfect health. But despite their nasty-looking teeth, the locals seemed to have more of a resistance to tooth decay. He'd never heard of anything like this, and neither had any of his dentist friends, and it took him and his colleagues 30 years, but eventually they figured it out. The people of Colorado Springs had gross-looking but healthy teeth because their water was full of naturally occurring fluoride. In time, other researchers discovered that as long as water's fluoride concentration was kept at below 1 part per million, it would protect the teeth against cavities without those nasty brown splotches. Which is awesome because I like my teeth the color they are now. Based on this evidence, in 1945, Grand Rapids, Michigan became the first city in the United States to intentionally fluoridate.
Grand Rapids, Michigan, a town becoming widely known to dentists and municipal authorities against tooth decay. The children in Grand Rapids have less tooth decay than they did 6 years ago, as much as 65% less. Grand Rapids' fight against tooth decay started in January 1945 when fluoride was added to the water supply. This was done as part of a study to determine the effect of fluoridation on tooth decay. Participating in the study are city officials, dentists, Michigan State Department of Health, University of Michigan, and the U.S. Public Health Service. After 6 years of fluoridation, the study shows that the 6-year-old children who drank the water from birth had 65% less tooth decay. The 7-year-olds, 45% less, and so on. Even the 16-year-olds who started drinking the water when they were 10 years old received some benefits, 16% less tooth decay.
And for the next 15 years, researchers kept track of the rates of tooth decay among the city's children. The number of cavities dropped by 60%, and soon everybody was fluoridating their drinking water and toothpaste. But still, dentists weren't sure why the fluoride worked.
I just wanted to talk for a few seconds about fluoride. Fluoride, there have been a lot of studies on fluoride. Actually, I have a list of things here of the health effects that have been found to be caused by fluoride. And we've got everything from allergies, arthritis, bone disease, brain tumors, cancer, dental fluorosis, gastrointestinal problems, infant exposure, autoimmune disease, kidney disease, pineal gland. It calcifies your pineal gland. It causes thyroid problems. The list goes on and on about all the things that fluoride can do to you if you drink it, ingest too much of it.
Add sodium silica fluoride or sodium fluoride to their water. Another compound also used is hydrofluorosilicic acid. All three are effective and cheap. In a town of 5,000 population, The daily amount of the fluoride compound used and its cost is sodium silica fluoride, 7 pounds, cost 49 cents. Sodium fluoride, 10 pounds, cost $1.20. Hydrofluorosilicic acid, about 2 gallons, $1.61. In selecting one of the 3 compounds, the size of the town and its water plant facilities are considered.
Turns out that fluoride's effectiveness has a lot to do with the chemical composition of tooth enamel, which is the hard outer layer of the tooth. Enamel contains a compound called hydroxyapatite. When bacteria on your teeth start digesting the sugars in your mouth, they can produce enough acid to actually dissolve this hydroxyapatite, which then produces calcium and phosphate ions. Fluoride works by combining with these ions, producing a different compound, fluorapatite, which is actually incorporated back into the tooth as reformed enamel. And since it takes a higher concentration of acid to dissolve fluorapatite, this new enamel is much more resistant to decay. So fluorine might be super dangerous, but fluoride is the best way to protect your teeth.
3 types of feeders are used to add fluoride compounds. One is the solution feeder, used in towns up to about 20,000 population. Another type is the volumetric feeder, a dry feeder for towns of from 1,000 to 120,000. The third type is the gravimetric feeder, for feeding the dry compound in cities of more than 120,000. All 3 feeders, the solution feeder, the volumetric feeder, and the gravimetric, are equipped with automatic controls and have long been used for adding chemicals to city water supplies.
On the back here, active ingredient is sodium fluoride, and it says, warning, keep out of the reach of children under 6 years of age. If more than used for brushing, why did they write it like this? Okay. If more than used for brushing is accidentally swallowed, get medical help or contact a poison control center right away.
Generally, the fluoride content of the water is determined by the colorimetric test. In this test, a color indicator is added to water samples. The color of the samples is then matched with the color of standards containing known amounts of fluoride. Dentists in many cities are helping to bring the benefits of fluoridation to children.
So they obviously think it's bad enough that you're not supposed to swallow this. And it even says on here, directions, do not swallow. To minimize swallowing, use a pea-sized amount in children under 6. And you're supposed to supervise your child when they use this because you're not supposed to have that much. So, okay, so how come this is okay, right? But 8 glasses of this, which you're told to drink every day if you have municipal water, is fine? What is the logic of that? I'm curious.
Now, our children can have better health through fluoridated water. They can drink away tomorrow's tooth decay. Have more attractive teeth. The cost is about 10 cents a year per person.
The cavity creeps are a constant threat to every toothopolis.
So you must fight with us.
Have regular checkups
Watch treats.
and brush after every meal with C-E-S-T.
Fluoridation is endorsed by the American Dental Association, State and Territorial Dental Health Directors, American Association of Public Health Dentists, Public Health Service, Federal Security Agency, State and Territorial Health Officers, American Public Health Association, and the American Medical Association.